was a losing trader for over 2 years. I used to lose $50 here, $100 there, and if I make $60, then the next day I would lose $200. I just felt like I was in an extremely toxic cycle of losing money and I couldn't find a way out. Trading was extremely difficult for me until I started doing these 4 steps, which really helped me get to where I am today. I finally quit my brutal 9 to 7 full-time job many years ago to become a full-time day trader. I've been in this trading business for over 8 years now, been through some of the highest highs and the lowest lows. I've met and connected with some of the most elite traders in the world, spoke at a top retail trading conference in Las Vegas last year, and toured the New York Stock Exchange. And I cannot wait to share these 4 crucial steps to help you overcome the struggles of losing money in day trading. So make sure to smash the like button and open your notes app or whatever the kids are using nowadays, and let's get started. Number 1, focus on price action and remove your indicators. The first step that really helped me in trading was to really focus on reading candlesticks and price action and remove those indicators. Yes, you heard me right. Those pretty looking lines that you have on your charts right now, the RSI, histogram, Ichimoku cloud, and the gazillion lines there is, yes, remove them. After removing all of that noise on the chart, that really helped me become a better price action driven trader, instead of one that's depending on memorizing patterns or waiting for indicators to align with the North Star. Let me explain. When I first started learning to day trade, I was told to place tons of these indicators on my charts to help me with entries and exits. Some really common ones are the RSI and MACD indicator cross, the 13 EMA and 50 EMA pair, and don't even get me started with the Bollinger Bands. I spent months studying these indicators and watching them cross over. However, I neglected the one important thing that all momentum traders should do, which is observing price action. How the stock price react to support and resistance levels will form consolidation during midday and seeing the buyers bidding the stock up, or how strong a stock is reacting to the overall market sentiment. These important observations are known as price action. Price action is a key indicator that will allow you to find better entries, potential setups, and see subtle changes in the sentiment that will allow you to decide to stop out, to protect your capital, sell for a profit, or hold your position to really maximize your wins. So no, I did not watch the price action at all during my first year of trading, and I was losing a lot of money because I was too busy waiting for my 4 out of 10 indicators to cross over, and all the while missing a big move on the most important reversals in the market. So my suggestion for you is remove the indicators. Maybe you can save one that you really like. For me, the only indicator, as you can see on my chart, is VWAP. This one indicator really works well when paired with price action trading. Price action is now a very necessary part in my day-to-day trading. And the sooner you start paying attention to price action instead of indicators, the sooner your trading will improve. Step number 2, risk management. Moving on to the next step, and really this is the key and probably the most important aspect that pulled me out of the toxic cycle of losing that I was stuck in. And that is implementing proper risk management. If you've been trading for a while, you've definitely heard of this term, risk management, being thrown around in the trading community for a while. But what exactly does that mean? Managing risk as a trader simply means that you get into a habit of meticulously planning out all of your trading executions. So for all of the high probability setups that you do take, you could potentially risk $100 to make $300 or more, or $1,000 risk to make $3,000 or even more. Let's take a look at our risk-reward simulation spreadsheet over here. Okay, so we're going to start with calculating your own personal risk profile according to your account size. So you can see on this calculator here, if you're trading with a $5,000 account, And your max risk per trade should be anywhere from 1% to 3%. 1%, which is the example over here, will be someone who's very conservative. If you're trading $5,000 using 1%, you should be only risking $50 per trade. Or if you are a little bit more, even more conservative, $50 per day. And if you take 2 trades per day, that means you're risking $25 per trade. However, if you're more aggressive, then you can try using 2 or 3% risk per trade. So in this case, if you're using the same $5,000, your risk per trade is $150. And just change this figure to however your account size is. Let's say if I'm trading a bigger account, $20,000, then I will probably risk around 1 to 2% for my own taste if I was starting out. This will be the figure for your max risk per trade. So that means for those trading a small account under $5,000, no more YOLOing and trying to risk $500 or $1,000 per trade. You should be looking at these more conservative numbers here. So we're using the same $5,000 account as we had earlier, and we're risking 2% per trade. Now in this first simulation over here, we're risking 1 to 1, meaning that when you're trying to make $100, you're risking that same $100. So in this scenario, if your win rate is only about 50%, which is the case for most new traders, you can see that, 5 out of 10 trades, you lose $100, around that, and 5 out of 10 trades, you make 100. You end up a losing trader, right? You are break even about like negative $10, but this is not accounting into any fees or commissions. And realistically, for most new traders, the win rate is sometimes a lot lower, something closer to 40% or even 30%. Then you can see, if you're risking 1 to 1, you won't be profitable. This is the exact same toxic cycle I mentioned earlier in the beginning of the video. When I first started trading, I would make $50 but lose 80 or 100 on the next trade. So my true risk reward was probably more like 1 to 0.5. And my win rate was more like less than 30%. And that's because I never looked at whether the trades I do take are based on high probability strategies and whether the potential profit is greater than the risk. In this second simulation over here, you can see we're still using the same 2% risk, but now the risk reward is skewed to 1 to 2. So instead of risking $100 to make $100, now you're risking $100 to try to make $200. Now, with the same win rate, you can see that the numbers are drastically different than the first simulation. So, you can see that, you're still losing $100 for the 5 trades, but for when the times you win, you're making $200 or more. And with a low win rate of 50%, you are profitable of around $500. Now, even with, let's say, only 40% win rate, what does that look like? Even with 40% win rate, you'll still come out ahead at $180. This is what happens when you really plan out your risk reward for all of the trades, making sure you can at the minimum make 1 to 2 risk reward, or even better yet, 1 to 3 or more. Let's say if you actually increase your win rate to, let's say, 60%, what would that look like? At this simulation over here, you can see that when you have a risk reward of 1 to 3, meaning that for each $100 you lose, you're potentially making $300 or more, you are indeed very profitable with a win rate of 60% or even lower. Let's see, if the win rate even is at 50%, you're still very profitable. So yes, you want to work on increasing your risk reward, and if you can get to a point of 50, 60, or even higher, 70% win rate, that's when you'll see your P&L curve really propel and you'll see some exponential growth in your trading account. We'll be talking about even more high probability strategies in the future videos. If you want to see more free lessons, then make sure to subscribe to this channel and smash the like button as hard as you can. Risk management is a foundation in day trading. If you don't manage your losses, you'll never become profitable, especially if you have a small account. Because let's be real here, once again, no one can predict whether a stock is going up or down with 100% certainty at any given time. But if you can, call me first. So keep that in mind as your second thing to work on that will transform you from a losing to winning trader. Step number 3, focus on charting. Now the next step I recommend you to do if you want to become a profitable trader is to really focus on charting. Let me explain. Part of becoming a self-proficient trader is to be able to perform technical analysis on a daily basis, to see market sentiment, overall trends of specific stocks, and potential opportunities to profit. Charting is not as simple as drawing out triangles on a 1-minute chart, labeling it as bull flag or bear flags, and calling it a day. It's about planning out important key levels on various time frames and perform a bigger picture idea, whether that's your day trades or swing trades. For example, some early technical analysis observations from when I was a new trader were concentrated around breakouts. The success rate of a breakout drastically increases after at least 1 hour of consolidation or multiple higher lows above key level. After 11 o'clock, it's usually when you see the strongest breakouts. Example 2. Generally speaking, stocks have sold off drastically after the open due to just market sentiment or purely technical catalyst has a high chance to bounce around 10:30 to 11 a.m. Example 3, when stocks form multiple retests of the same resistance but still fail the breakout on the daily chart, it usually becomes a great short setup intraday and for swing trading. These are just some examples of high probability findings that you will see if you put in the time to study charting on a daily basis. And these little observations can be turned into repeatable strategies for you to profit from. To do this daily technical analysis exercise, you need a good charting platform. While not everyone can afford to pay for the premium platforms like Dash Trader, other more affordable options are TD Thinkorswim, which you can see on the screen over here. Another option you can use on your phone app, on PC or MacBook is TradingView. This is the really light and clean charting platform that you can see in a lot of my trading videos. It's great for charting, planning out levels, and you can connect TradingView with multiple brokers as well. TradingView is free to sign up, and there's premium options for like $10 to $20 a month. I'll leave you links to all of the platforms mentioned in the description below. Once again, technical analysis and charting should be something that is practiced on a daily basis, especially for beginner traders. When I first started out, I would spend hours each evening after my 9 to 7 job to analyze stocks and their charts, and I would save my charts every evening and categorize them into potential strategies. If you repeat this exercise and routine on a daily basis, it will help you become a better trader. Speaking of routines and discipline, this is something that's been mentioned by many millionaire day traders I interviewed in Las Vegas.
You have to have a passion about the process. And I know people hear this all the time. They go, oh, it's a cliche. The process. I hear all about the process. You know why you hear about the process? Because it's the most important thing. If you are not fascinated about the process, then go find somewhere else to go. Because trading isn't for you.
I would say be patient with yourself. Understand, like I said, 3 or 4 years. You really have to commit yourself to it. It's not something to half-ass. I would say that you need to put your full energy into this, and it will pay out appropriately, depending on if you really treat this like a business and you want to be a professional. Just don't even bother if you're going to trade amateur.
That's an easy one. Learn how to lose. If you can lose, you'll be okay. If you can't lose, just give up and put the money in my pocket right now.
Without a strict discipline and without a process for practicing that discipline, it's very likely that you will lose your profits. In trading, it's not necessarily difficult to make money, but it's very difficult to keep those profits. Which is why creating a daily routine and focusing on the process is the fourth thing that really allowed me to turn my P&L curve around and to go red to green and finally taking off. Before establishing a daily process, I was simply just waking up 5 minutes before the market opened, and I will hop into my computer and be ready to press buttons and chase whatever alerts or stocks that are being mentioned on social media. That was a recipe for disaster. That's one of the many reasons that I will make $50 here and lose $100 on the next trade. Just a terrible process and terrible risk management. Remember traders, by failing to plan, you are planning to fail. That's when I realized what I was doing was not sustainable. Yes, while I still had my 9 to 7 job at the time and I could afford to lose $50 to $100 a day, staying in a losing streak was very draining on my emotional and financial health. So the next step to turning your trading around from losing to winning is to finally prepare for your trading the evening before. My set process from when I was trading part-time was to come home from work in the evening, spend a few hours tracking and journaling my own trades from the morning, spend some time charting, saving charts, printing them out if necessary, and reading up on the catalysts from the day on the top percentage movers. And then finally, I'll plan out 2 to 3 potential trade ideas for the next morning. My total time commitment each evening was around 2 to 4 hours. I would do this from Monday to Thursday evenings, and at least one day on the weekends. Yes, I understand this is a lot of work and a lot of time commitment, but hey, I was so tired of staying in a losing cycle for so long, I was willing to make sacrifices and push through this. I'll be honest, no drastic improvements happened overnight, but since implementing that routine, I find that I was FOMOing less and less, I stopped chasing breakouts and alerts, and I was more patient with my trades and setup plans. After months of repeating the same discipline routine with those 4 steps, that's what allowed me to really find some focus on winning strategies. And I also saw that in my journal that I track every evening that I was losing less and less. The losses become much smaller than my wins, and I was finding more consistency and finally becoming profitable. I want to stress to you the importance of risk management once again. As you saw earlier in the video, you should calculate your risk according to your account size. If you are unsure how to implement risk management according to your account size, then check out this video next for a step-by-step lesson. And if you're looking for one-on-one mentorship and an in-depth day trading education program, then make sure to check out the Humble Trader community down below. Thank you so much for watching as always. I'm the Humble Trader, and I'll see you guys next time.